Boom chakalaka.
So that means this is the first live stream we're doing together.
In quite a
Isn't
while.
that scary?
Yeah, in quite a while.
No, I think you and I have never been on camera together.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think we were. Yeah. So for those of you joining us, here comes the EA Play stream.
In 15 minutes, because apparently there's a 15-minute warm-up.
Yeah, that's going to be trailers and stuff.
We all gotta move. We gotta move. The fans are lined up. The doors are almost open. This is EA
And
Play.
I got an error
What's up,
on the
everybody?
stream.
I'm Greg Miller, and we are doing things a little bit differently this year. Instead of one giant show, you are getting deep dives into all the games you love every half hour. Now you can watch them all. You can tune in for your favorite
overlaying
games. You
us?
can turn it
'Cause
off
that
right
doesn't
now,
look
but
like
I
it.
wouldn't suggest it. Because, of course, today we're looking at Star Wars Jedi
I'm not
Fallen
seeing
Order,
us.
Apex
We are in
Legends,
the upper
Battlefield
right-hand
5, FIFA 20,
Oh, you
Madden
put us all
20,
the way.
and The Sims. That's 6 shows,
Yeah.
people. We still got to get this stage ready and run
Oh,
through all the
so
content
you're-
we're revealing. So get excited, because we've got more gameplay than ever. Tell them, Golden Boy.
I'll be bringing you
It's
Apex
mirrored in the
Legends
stream,
Season 2
okay?
reveals including a new weapon, a new battle pass, and we're revealing a new legend live on stage.
Great. Adam Rank, quickly, what does Madden 20 have for us?
Gameplay, Greg.
Oh.
Okay, I meant quick, but not that quick.
Okay, well, we've got an exclusive first
These
look
guys
at
are trying
gameplay.
hard.
We've got a deep dive into X Factor
Well,
abilities, face
you
of
know,
the franchise. We got
the
Patrick
whole
Mahomes
amped
throwing
up energy
sidearm. We
of
got
the
some
show.
Deadeye thing. We got Ray.
Too long.
Yeah.
Now Freeman, Hardy, Battlefield 5. News?
We've got loads of it. Brand new maps and, of course, some new updates to reveal too.
And even
Why
more
is the makeup
surprises at
artist
the end
talking?
when we reveal.
No spoilers. In Freeman, you might want to
Pretending
touch
like
yourself
we're
up
still
too.
getting ready for the
Golden
show,
Boy,
like we're
we're
not
back to
already
you.
ready.
FIFA 20, talk to me.
FIFA dropped their reveal trailer this morning announcing Volta Football. Later today,
Oh.
I'll have all the new details on FIFA 20, and some very special guests will give you even more
See,
info
FIFA 20 I'm not
on
particularly
Volta.
excited about.
That's good. Also, you
You know,
should
I
call
haven't
your
played
mom
sports
more
games in
often. I mean, it has
years, so-
nothing to do with FIFA 20,
I
but
can
it's just
see.
good advice for you and everyone watching. Okay, now, Julia, you're
Burn.
also hosting The Sims. Tell me what you've got in 3 words.
Brand new pack reveal.
That's 4 words.
Sims.
Now, win me back by telling
Eh.
me what you have in store
That's up
for
your
Star
alley,
Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Why are you asking me? It's your show.
Right, we have
Sims 4, my
15
daughter will
minutes
probably
of
be
exclusive,
watching.
never before seen gameplay, and I am
I
so
know
excited
that
to sit
sounds
down with Vince,
stereotypical, yeah,
Stig,
yeah, yeah.
find out all about this Star Wars game. But ladies and gentlemen, this is it. We are mere minutes away. Folks, this is your last chance. Grab that drink, grab a snack, adjust your chair to the perfect degree you want, because EA Play starts soon. All right, guys, this is it. They can be organized better. You're doing a great
Gets so
job. bro.
quiet when
All
the
right,
stream
you take
dies on my
5.
end.
Playing guy can see more hustle out of you.
Here we go. So we have a few minute warm up, and now we get a countdown.
Yeah.
I was at E3 last year. The lines were longer than that.
Well, E3 hasn't started yet, remember? That's the 11th.
Yeah, I know. This is all press stuff beforehand, so.
Yeah.
Although it seems like this is open to the public, so.
Oh, this one probably. So, Fallen Order. Is that one of the ones you want to play?
Yeah, you'll have to be quiet right now.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Like that's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen because
No, I know.
I do not care about that game anyway.
Oh, man.
Let's be honest.
You're such a spoiler boy.
It's we've done this. We've done this to death.
No.
Yes, we have.
We get to play as the Joker Jedi.
The Joker, do we get like a big smile, green and...
Because you realize, I don't know if you watched the Gotham TV show or not, but that was the guy that played the Joker on Gotham.
I don't even think it's on anywhere over here, or if it is, it's like season 1.
Yeah, well, I think he shows up in season 1 or season 2, and they're like, "This isn't the Joker," and yeah, spoiler alert. Now that the show's over.
Okay, let's see if I got this set correctly. I'm not kidding, the live feed actually dies for me every few minutes.
Well, I just wanted to make sure it was working, and then
No, the one straight from EA Play.
Oh.
That is not stable.
I'm goofing with our live feed, so.
You're goofing with our live feed? What are you doing?
I'm moving things around a little bit. They put the game list on the right-hand pane. We were partially covering that, so now I moved the camera to the left side.
Yeah. Apex Legends, are they telling how they're gonna get people back into playing it? Are they gonna pay some people $1 million to play it again?
Well, they said they're going to reveal a new legend on screen.
Ooh, a new legend!
I haven't played that game as much as I would like to. It's a fun game to play. I suck at it, I get killed a lot, but according to some of the YouTube channels I've seen, that's just par for the course, so...
Yeah, I think I would die easily. Very easily.
Here's some marching band music here.
This is what you call marching band music?
Well, mixed with a little bit of electronica.
Yeah, because I've been in marching bands back when I was much smaller. And that's not how that sounded like. I played the fluty thing. Now, assuming this tells you which one. 'Cause I don't know what it's called in English.
Flute?
Okay.
Clarinet? I don't know. Well, no, if it's off to the side, I think that's a flute, right?
Yeah, I think so too. The other one's called a recorder.
Yeah. Yeah, I
My
didn't
daughter-
do musical instruments. I was in like drama and choir for a short period of time, but never did instruments. Couldn't
People
afford the
watching this going, what
instruments.
the hell are they doing?
Well, we're just blah blah blahing until the show starts.
Yeah. I do hope Bam will be here in time for Battlefield, because he loves to talk about Battlefield 5.
Yeah, but is it that he loves to talk about Battlefield 5, or is it that he just loves to talk about shooting RPGs at helicopters?
Yeah, but that's in Battlefield, I think, 4. I think he loves hating on Battlefield 5.
There might be something to that, yeah.
Ah. Although this weight we could have done without.
Yeah, but I guess this is where we're supposed to be entertaining.
Yeah. It is, one thing is going on saying, look, we're playing these games half an hour each. But the fact that there's not a single BioWare thing there speaks volumes, in my opinion.
Well, I would say, as much as I was surprised Bethesda was going to have the presence they're going to have with their own press conference.
But despite having no new games.
Yeah, well, I am not surprised that we're not seeing anything from BioWare, because from the sounds of things, there's probably not much of anything to show or talk about for Dragon Age 4 yet. And
It's too early, yeah.
yeah, it's way too early for that. And as far as Anthem goes, there's a lot of work to go on that. So, I mean, I'm seeing Anthem in the background. It's probably going to be there and be playable, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Wow.
Next to you, my camera looks so dark. I maybe should go turn my other light on.
Well, I have the lights turned down here.
What's funny is, if you were watching this stream and you didn't know where we were, you would think it was nighttime where I am and daytime where you are. And it's morning where I am.
Yeah, it's 6:30 here.
There, that makes it a little better.
But I mentioned that I'm getting the setup with the lights coming down here next to the computer shining up. Turns out both me and the missus forgot to actually add it to the shopping list. So. Professional. That we are.
Well, now you can see my little buddy back here. Not so little. He's like 80, 85 pounds, but with the lights on, he doesn't blend into the blanket anymore.
It's now on the other side, the V-armor.
The V-armor. Yeah, you guys still want to get me to do that, don't you?
Yeah.
I might do that just for shits and grins one day. Yeah, these guys want me to get dressed up in the suit armor I used to wear all the time well, not all the time, but on weekends and stuff when I did the live steel combat. A lot of fun. Definitely recommend it if you're at all curious. But yeah, they want to get me dressed up in that armor and playing VR. I'm kind of worried what might happen to my office if I do that, though.
I'll be worried about the rest of the room. Just saying.
I mean, I'll be able to wear all of it except for the gauntlets and the helmet. I'm not going to be able to wear the gauntlets and use the controllers. That won't work. And with the VR thing on my face, I will not be able to wear the helmet. So I could probably wear the chainmail coif, though. Possibly.
Yeah, is that a piece of cloth you have underneath?
Yeah.
Yeah, that as well, because otherwise scratchy.
Yeah. Well, and that's the only thing that worries me about wearing that coif is that whether or not it would have like mess up the VR headset. So I might not wear the coif, but we'll see.
And I guess when you say live steel, that's the same as what over here we call AIMA.
I don't know. There's a couple of groups that do that kind of thing here in the U.S. One of the more well-known is the SCA, Society for Creative Anachronism, and they use like rattan sticks and stuff like that. But live steel is exactly that. You're out there live with real weapons. The thing is that like the sword that you see hanging in front there, it's a real sword, but it has no edge. And when people use things like spears, they have like the tip of a hammer welded over what would normally be a point. So you can still use a spear, but it's got, a heavy blunt tip on the edge.
Yeah, I think for LARPs they have a sandbag at the end instead of a piece of metal.
Yeah, so I mean, it was really cool getting to fight with real weapons like that. It's definitely an adrenaline rush. The armor is a comfortable weight when you first put it on, but after a couple hours out there, especially in the sun, it gets heavy and hot. So
we have 2 schools here. No, school is correct. Clubs that teach HEMA, historical European martial arts. That's usually longsword combat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I never really got to learn that I would have liked to have learned is the more traditional style where you're not just using it by holding the handle and using the blade, but actually making use of more of like the entire weapon where you can flip it around and hold it by the blade and
that's called a mortar strike.
Yeah, that's
mortar.
I love when
you use it as a club, and it's an awesome way of hitting somebody, but it's scary the first time that you understand that you have to put this in the blood keel and then not cut in here.
Yeah.
If you do it wrong, it goes fucked.
Well, it's just, I love when I see shows and movies that actually make use of that style of combat because they did that back then. So there's a show on the History Channel called Nightfall, which has been interesting. And they do some of that with the combat where it's not just strictly holding it by the handle and beating them with the blade.
And if you take, handle and then hold in front of it so that you can kind of, much more exact.
The time is
Same way of holding.
I'm proud to be kicking off EA Play coming to you live from Hollywood, California.
Game over, Greggy.
We're doing things a little bit differently this year. Instead of just one show, you're getting every half hour a deep dive into one of the games you love. You can watch them all. You can turn off the stream right now. You can tune in for just your favorites. But anyways, we've got a ton of gameplay for you. Apex
He
Legends
didn't even
bringing a
shave.
new weapon, a new mode, a new battle pass, and even a new legend.
Don't shave
Battlefield
off the beard
5 has
guard.
tons of new maps to show off, plus some surprises. FIFA 20 has a brand new way to play, plus a bunch of game updates you've been shouting for. Madden 20's got gameplay pack deep dives into all new features,
somebody
including those
gave him a
awesome
shot
new
of Red Bull
X-Factor
before
abilities.
he got
And The
started.
Sims is unveiling a never
Yeah, that's the weird part. When I first saw him years ago, he wasn't
And of
this
course,
energetic.
In just a few moments, I'll be kicking things off with the latest.
He was also closer to my
Jedi
weight.
Fallen Order, including 15 minutes of world premiere, never before seen, first look exclusive gameplay. So get ready, because EA Play starts now.
Good timing.
Yeah. It's
Huge
almost like they
professional.
planned that.
Yeah. They've done that before. We haven't.
What's up, EA Play? How are you, Los Angeles? Come on, Hollywood. That's what I like to hear. What's
Or
up,
perhaps
my
it was
fellow
pre-recorded.
Jedi? I'm Greg Miller, and today we're talking Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. We've been waiting so... You know what? We're talking about Star Wars. We've been waiting so long for details on this game. I can't believe it. Can you believe it, LA?
Oh, he's hiding the nipple.
And we're finally here to help us get things started. We've got the head of Respawn, Vince Zampella, and the director of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order,
suspect
Stig
this year it's gonna be
Asmussen.
more
Everybody
than
give it
just-
up
Yeah,
for
we're
Vince and
working
Stig.
on a
Come
Jedi
on.
game.
Oops. I don't have the wireless headset right now, or the wireless in
Get
ears.
in there. How you doing? Goodness.
do I?
Give me the hug, Vince. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if they can do
Please
better
keep
than
it going.
Bungie
You're
does.
making a Star Wars game.
Ooh.
Guys, welcome to EA Play.
Thank you.
How-
What a great welcome.
How are you feeling right now? No pressure. You're just about to announce maybe one of the biggest, if not the biggest, games of your lives.
I'm gonna let Stig answer this one.
You're supposed to answer this one.
Off script.
So
Oh yeah, we're totally off script.
It's
They
so-
gave me cards.
we're
That was the dumb
officially off
idea.
script.
Nobody cares.
It's so awesome to be here. I mean, it's EA Play, it's E3, it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really get any bigger than that.
Yeah, this is something that Stig and I have been envisioning for years to see it
Stig.
come to life and be able to show you guys 15
He's supposed to be dressed in
minutes of
white with a
gameplay
helmet.
today. Uncut.
All right. So everybody's anxious to see what this 15 minutes is going to be.
Yeah.
For somebody watching right now who's just a FIFA fan, they don't know anything. What is happening? What is this game all about, Vince?
This is a single-player
Ooh.
action-adventure game set post.
Single player, at least.
Yeah, huh?
I already
They're
expected
not
it to be
dead,
single
everybody!
player.
Yeah.
That's not
Set
a shock
post
to
Order
me.
66 after the events in Episode 3, when all the Jedi were hunted down. Well, not all. When the Jedi were hunted down and eliminated.
Post Order 66.
So, Stig,
So,
that's
no
the
kids.
nutshell of the entire game. What are we about to see? Where are we at in the game right now for context?
Okay, so
I'm just
Cal's,
saying.
like, this takes place maybe about 3 hours into the game.
Okay.
So Cal's built himself up. He's not a lowly Padawan anymore, but he's not a full Jedi yet.
Sure.
Like Vince said, this is unedited. We had one of our star players, Blair, over there.
That's it right there!
This is an expert playthrough.
Okay.
So we're going to see some really cool stuff.
He practiced a few times. 2 or 3, Blair?
2 or 3 dozen.
It takes place on Kashyyyk, which
Okay.
is the Wookiee planet.
Of course.
And Cal's on a
Wookiee.
mission to restart the Jedi Order, and it takes him here to Kashyyyk. And the Wookiees have been enslaved by the Empire, who's basically siphoning the planet for all its resources to build up the Imperial war machine.
Got it. All right, so I brought up my phone, not to be rude, of course. It wouldn't be Greg Miller if I didn't look at the Twitch chat. And yeah, they are all through with us talking. They'd like to see the game. We've gone on long enough. We're not going to drone.
Let's do it.
Vince,
Well, let's
would
roll.
you like to kick it off?
Was that you? Did you just send him a tweet?
No.
Dum 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 dum
Apologies for that.
dum dum. What now?
No, I hit something and it went to the wrong window.
Oh, it's not easy being you.
Yeah.
It's a very black game. Ah. Okay, so it's Ratchet and Clank. Oh, come on, that was a good joke.
No, it was. I'm sorry. Wife was texting me.
You're missing all my good jokes.
Yep, knew the wall running was going to be in there.
It's a respawn game, right?
Apex
I'm waiting.
doesn't have wall running.
I'm waiting for him to call down a mech unit thing.
Sap refinery lies dead ahead.
Oh, didn't know he was going to be in this.
What does the Empire want with tree sap?
Nothing good. They refine the sap into a powerful compound, and they're rushing to expand production.
So we got Forrest Whitaker reprising his role.
We have to stop them.
That's the plan. We don't know their end game, but they spread themselves too thin. This map we recovered proves it.
Somebody who sort of sounds like him. See, again, Ratchet and Clank.
These refineries double as
Is
brutal
this one
prison
of the
camps.
first,
We use those cutters to create a
companion
distraction.
droids besides our
Like you,
C-3PO
take
that has
your
legs?
lightsaber and free the Wookiees inside. We need their help to stop the Empire.
Understood.
Watch yourself in there.
His face looks weird.
You hear that? He said he needs my help. Come on, buddy.
Free the Wookiees. Okay. That is an annoying map.
It fits within the theme of the way they often show stuff in Star Wars.
Yeah, it's still annoying.
Glorified torch.
Yeah. It's a good thing they have infinite energy. I'm not super impressed with the visuals, but that might just be because it's stream and pre-alpha.
Yeah, that's my guess.
I say that as somebody who's currently playing Mass Effect Andromeda, so
Still haven't picked that one up yet.
it was a tenner. It was worth it.
At that price, it would be.
Oh, he didn't even do an oh, yeah, oh.
Star Wars, not Tarzan. Like that.
He Tarzaned. He could have Tarzaned properly. Ooh, slow motion. Interesting.
Gonna need to get through here.
That's a lot better than the way it could have done that.
Oh, come on. This is a... Yeah, it's not a family show. Did he just use an R2 unit to take him down?
He did. That's cool.
That was cruel. They have feelings. Poor little astro droid. So what's the red dot for? He looks very literally Nazi Germany yet.
Well,
Look at that helmet.
yeah, that is kind of, that theme of Empire.
Yeah, but still, that's a little bit too... what's that other game Bethesda is coming out with? Wolfenstein.
It's a little too badass looking.
No, it's a little bit too... that new scenario in Wolfenstein where they take no American. Everybody wear helmets and shit.
I like the slow-mo. I like that they're mixing in melee with the lightsaber combat.
Looks like you're blocked. I'll fix that. Never seen a trooper like that before. You gotta get these Wookiees out of lockup. Keep moving, Jedi.
Think you can help me, BD?
Oh, nice.
See, that robot is in an awkward position for what he's doing.
But it moves.
Yeah.
Flame beetles, they're coming through the wall. Hit their nest.
Yeah, they are light bugs, just really big.
The firebugs that seem to explode, so let's hit them with fire.
Yeah. So I guess the other game they played from Bethesda is Fallout, because those were basically just the bugs from Fallout. But you don't agree?
I haven't played a lot of Fallout. In fact, the first time I really played Fallout was short, brief look at Fallout 76, which I don't think is really a good introduction to the series.
Sure you want to plug
I think they're blowflies in Fallout 76.
Okay.
The hell is that gear doing?
Shooting up that wall? No, the wall is part of the gear. Some kind of drilling thing.
Oh, a shortcut. That's why you wanted to get this thing. You had no idea that was there, did you? You just wanted to turn that cutter on.
Okay, so it's a cutter. Okay, that's straight out of Warframe, except in Warframe we don't stop the things that rotate if we don't do them. That's what it is it's reminding me of. This looks literally like the Earth levels in Warframe. I am not joking, this is super Earth levels in Warframe. And that gave me a Dungeons and Dragons No Winter Night flashback. This is their best player and you completely didn't see that happen. I wonder what these spidery things are made of.
Yeah.
We know those.
Semi-resistant to the lightsaber.
Yeah, the lightsaber cuts through metal, easy enough. But bugs, no.
Have to make certain concessions when it comes to video game design, unfortunately.
We want realism, damn it.
You just run through and slash through everything.
No, realism, come on.
Control the base. Got another breach down here. Some kind of webbing. Hey, who's that?
Investigate the wildlife.
Jedi. Didn't see that coming.
That red thing, is that for targeting?
I believe it is because I've seen that on the I've seen that on the different troopers and stuff too. So
Yeah. To the Killmobile. No, wait, wrong. But I mean, Fallen Order, yada yada, but isn't it a little bit un-Jedi that you just slaughter the wildlife?
not necessarily. I mean, wildlife's trying to kill him.
I'm always reminded of Galaxy Quest when there are these obstacles that makes fuck all sense. Like, We have a walk path here and we have a walk path there, and there's a machine in between.
This is it.
Why?
At least we have the high ground. What was that? Cutter 7 is active.
Did you catch what he said? At least we have the high ground.
It's breaking through and destroying everything.
Are you munching now on open camera?
Well, I haven't had any lunch yet today, so yeah.
So waking up prepared is just not your thing.
Hey, I was out late playing games last night. It's my gaming night. Oh, nice.
Yeah, the moment he stopped the time, I saw that one coming.
Well, I wasn't sure if he was slowing it down so he could
See?
use it like the lightsaber like a baseball bat and knock it back at him.
No, because we've seen him knock lights shots back. It's
The Jedi will be here any minute. And our reinforcements in retreat. Good. Sir, the fewer distractions, the better. Jedi incoming!
Didn't he already fight that dude?
Now there's more than one.
So it's not a Sith thing, it's just a generic trooper.
No, yeah, they're not Sith. They're like Inquisitor troopers or something like that.
Okay.
If it was a Sith, he'd have a proper lightsaber.
Yeah, because that thing seems meh. I guess they ran out of midichlorians. Sorry, we're still allowed to make fun of that movie.
I mean, looking at the fact that it looks like you cut him in half already, twice.
Need to slice this. No guards.
I like that he's asking his little friend for the healing instead of just grabbing it himself.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to include him, he's being inclusive. The little one is largely useless, but he's making the effort.
We're here to free you. We're not alone.
Don't Wookiee normally open their, mouth area when they make that? Ooh.
Visitation is not permitted.
See, that was your baseball moment.
I don't
Jedi
think I'm from the
Fallen
gameplay though. Looks like it'll be fun.
Games play best.
It looks like it could be fun, but again, it's Star Wars.
Oh, quit your whining.
What do we think? What do
I'm
we
not
think?
whining, just give us something new.
Yes, that's what I wanted, the little boy. Guys, congratulations. That looks pretty awesome.
Thank you.
I have a million questions, and I know we're short on time as always. I want to point out, though, in the Twitch chat, Gwyn96 says, that's frickin' cool. But he didn't use frickin'. How does it feel to, I think, deliver, right? Like, you guys liked it, right? I think I was looking at the Twitch chat. There's a lot of people who liked it. Like, what does that feel like to finally show this game?
Oh, it's great. I mean, being involved with this team, Stig and his team have done an amazing job. They've put so much of themselves into this game. To be able to be involved in something like this is just, dream come true.
Yeah.
Agreed. Huge shout out to the team.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Thanks,
worked
guys!
Everybody who busted their butts on the demo, but also the whole game. The whole game is coming together right now. So it's an amazing feeling. I'm just so proud to be up here, and I hope that Star Wars fans understand that we're really doing our best to try to honor the brand.
I mean, I think...
Is he shaking or is it my video?
Whenever you want to clap for him, you clap for him. I think that's pretty evident from it. And I liked when we introed, you guys were talking about the fact that this is a skilled person playing it, right? We all see it and we think it looks awesome. What are we missing by not having our hands on the controllers? Like, what do lightsabers feel like?
Oh, hush.
I mean, it's fantastic.
I said
Yeah.
nothing.
Because it looks like it's got weight to it, and throwing it and
body
catching it,
language
right?
said
Like that's the
volumes.
impact I think I want from it.
Absolutely, yeah. I
Body
mean,
language.
it's really satisfying. I mean, the game itself, it's thoughtful combat, as Stig likes to call it. It's what you saw was a really good player.
Yeah.
Right. So
He's
you'll
right
have
over
to
there
work up
again.
to
He'll
that
give out
stuff.
autographs after this panel.
So you can block, parry, deflect. Like
Yeah.
we want the combat to feel really good for people to go in and be able to like be part of that and size up the enemies when things feel right. It feels really good.
Yeah, it's also it's about the enemy arrangements as well, like what enemies we're putting you up against, how you go in and use your tools
Yeah.
to take them down. But it's not just lightsabers; it's the Force as well.
Sure. Well, that's part of
Yeah.
this. You were talking to me last night about it, right? This thoughtful combat. And the idea that when I watched the demo initially, my thought was, oh, these are canned animations, right? I'm doing a force grab and stabbing the guy, and that's all I hit R1 and that happened. That's not that way.
No, it's
right?
all freeform.
So, like, you can go back in and replay things and do it differently, or you and I would have different
Absolutely, and actually the enemies react to each other in different ways. You saw the flame troopers fighting against the spiders. You could sit as bystander and just kind of watch that fight if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get any skill points if you do that. And it's not any fun either. It's fun to watch sometimes, but it's a lot more fun to play.
You talk about the skill points. Are those going into the force abilities?
Yeah, so we're going to have the classic abilities. We're going to have push, pull. We've got what we call force flip, which is essentially double jump, which is nice because that's something that makes sense in Star Wars. A Jedi.
It's probably the only scenario where it makes sense.
But we have one unique expression of the Force that you saw in there, which is slow, which is a little bit of the glue between force, push, and pull.
Yeah. Well, that was awesome. I think I thought you couldn't top my favorite moment in the demo, right? Where you come around the corner, grab the stormtrooper, force pull the stormtrooper, stab him, but when you force pulled the stormtrooper and walked him into a bolt, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
That's one of my favorite. I think the first time I saw that, I freaked out a little.
No, you actually said it better be in the demo.
Well, you did it. You delivered. Tell me about the enemies we are seeing there, right? Because that's one of those things I feel like we're talking a lot about, seeing things a lot about, is we're running through the environment. You had different things. You had your normal stormtroopers. You had non-normal stormtroopers.
Yeah, and this is just a small portion of it.
Shoelace? I
There's
didn't.
a lot more that we haven't
You're
shown.
saying that
No shoelaces here.
That is
Sorry.
not.
Wow.
No,
I'm surprised.
no.
But we got our classic stormtroopers. We've got the scout troopers who you saw equipped with kind of melee charged weapon. We've got the flame troopers, but we also have the purge troopers whose task is to basically hunt Jedi, soften them up before the Inquisitors come in.
And like we're seeing right here, right? Like this bad.
That's the
MF
purge
version.
trooper.
That's
Yeah.
yeah,
exactly. Like so
new that the team created.
in.
Yeah.
There you go. Adding to the Star Wars lore. Why we're pointing at one guy? Did he create it?
There's
that
something
one
to be
man
said,
did?
you know, it's
It was a
you
team
have
effort.
the sword,
Charge.
Jordan
lightsaber,
did the concept.
and push-pull,
Good
and
job,
you can
Jordan.
kick a bit.
Everybody appreciate
There isn't that much variation.
So we're going through,
Well, keep
and
in mind,
you
the
have
more
these
variation
stormtroopers,
you have,
you have your fire
the
troopers,
more
you have
complex the
one of
control.
my favorite droids of all time coming back,
The KX.
and then making me fight him.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Well, I was
do.
pondering on
Trust
the
me,
Shadow
you do.
Wall
I do?
earlier
Yeah.
today because
Well,
a friend is
then
getting it.
talk about the other
And that
star.
their
of this 15
combat
minute
becomes
demo, right?
boring after a
New
while.
droid.
Mm.
BD1.
There he is right there.
Oh.
No, BD1. BD1's in the audience, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, BD1. He's adorable, as I'm sure you know. I immediately want him as a backpack, so just a heads up if you're talking to anybody in the licensing department. That'd be
All right. We can make
what
that
does he
happen.
do in the game, right? Excuse me, we're hosting a panel. You can keep it down over there. What are the traits? What are we using as? Is he just flair? Am I using him for different things?
Like story-wise, he's Cal's companion.
Explorer droid?
An explorer droid, which is perfect.
Is he
since
related
Cal's on
to
this
Explorador?
mission for survival that's taken him to all these savage planets. BD sounds for Buddy Droid 1, which is
That's respawn. That's
Yeah.
respawn.
I mean,
I don't think I didn't notice the wall running either. I'm like, well, yeah, respawn
yeah.
made this game. Yeah, okay.
definitely inspired by BT,
Yeah.
but the name ended up sticking.
Yeah.
So, one of the cool factoids is his voice is authored by the legendary Ben Burt.
Oh, nice.
Who did all the main sound designer in the original trilogy and beyond. But he can hack doors, computers, as we saw in there.
So just scan some stuff there.
Yep.
Open.
Scan the
It's a shame it's
environment for,
bipedal
like,
because
environmental storytelling, learn more lore
bipedal
about the
robots in
planet.
reality
I
are
saw
a
him shooting
nightmare.
out health packs. Is
Yep.
that a canned animation after a fight? Is it a button I'm hitting?
It's player input.
Okay.
Like the
Whatever they
little
want on it?
BB-8,
Whatever they
the
want, will
rolling
eject the
ball.
stim pack.
Okay.
That was
There's a
easy to
limited
make
amount.
toys
You'll
out
find
of.
more over the course of the game.
This thing,
you're
ooh,
actually-
that's gonna be a nightmare.
In that moment, you're defenseless, so you got to choose wisely when you're going to do it.
Okay. We've seen the gameplay. Without spoiling stuff for me, what's going on in the story? Like, obviously, Cal, I thought he was going to be way weaker as a Jedi. You know, just tell me the whole story. What A to B, Stig, how's it go? What's the ending?
Well,
Actually, you know what? Stop. Full stop. I can't believe I've gone this long in the panel without asking. Is Watto in this game?
Sorry, I can't say.
But that's not a no! Hashtag Watto 2019. I'll be retweeting them all after this panel. Thank you very much. But what's going on in
Watto
the
is
story
that
outside
annoying
Watto
flying
being
thing,
in?
isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you know, story's a really big deal
Junk dealer.
to us. We created this with
Yeah.
Lucasfilm. We got to keep a really tight lip on it. So I
Nice.
can't. I don't really
Great
want to
panel.
go
It's
into
over.
too
Everybody
far.
go home.
Sorry.
I mean, yeah, the
I'm
story's
gonna save
good.
it.
Okay. I know one of the things a lot of people had been asking, right? I'd put up stuff on Instagram saying, hey, give me questions. Community wanted to know, this is Star Wars canon, right? You said-
Totally canon.
Okay.
Totally legit.
Okay.
This is a real. Cal's a real character.
How can you
Yeah.
applaud yay? It's
Saw Gerrera
canon.
in there. He's you know, obviously part of the Star Wars universe. Seer, Cal's mentor.
Yeah.
They're all gonna live in other places.
Okay, that's great. Vince, how's that feel? No pressure.
It feels great.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, we have.
You act like it's so nonchalant. You're making a Star Wars game. It's canon.
Yeah, it's not nonchalant at all. It's amazing. Like I said, I'm just like.
Sorry, I'm
shocked to be up
yawning.
here. I'm
It's
like.
Star
I know,
Wars.
it's a big deal to work with me, but it's okay. He'll be
Uh-huh.
all right.
We've been talking about this for like 10 years.
Yeah.
so.
The other big community
Yeah,
question I've
Star
seen
Wars
a
game.
lot
You
is,
said that.
it's a Star Wars game, and Star Wars games in the past have allowed us to go light or dark. Is that a choice here?
No,
Okay, well. Why not?
because. No, I think it goes back to the fact that Cal's authentic,
Yeah.
and he has to fill a certain role so he can be used in other places.
Yeah, this is a Jedi story.
Well, that's the thing I appreciate the most, that you guys are coming in and telling a story, right? Like, I think that's why so many of us are excited for it, is the idea that this is a Star Wars story, that you guys have something to tell, something to say, and a lot of walls to run on. Vince Stick, anything you want to say to the fans before we let you go?
I mean, just thanks for the support. The energy here is great.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
We're
Fantastic.
Greg showing
Thanks
us
for
some
coming
stuff
out.
online. Like everyone's the reaction is fantastic.
Amazing, amazing moment.
The team, badass. Thank you guys.
Hey, go team.
All your hard work. Now we just have to
Yeah.
finish. Can't
Right.
wait to bring it to you guys. There's so much more that you haven't seen yet. I can't wait to show you.
Believe it or not, there's so much more. There is more at the Microsoft conference tomorrow.
That's right.
Vince Steak, thank you so much for coming out. November
Thank you.
15th. Can't
No,
come
we
soon
haven't.
enough. For
November
those of you
15th.
here at EA Play, the Respawn team has brought even more gameplay for you to check out over in the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Theater. And for those of you at home,
Extended.
I was about to do a bit. For those of you at home, you will stay tuned for Apex Legends. Show
Yeah.
you're looking for. Thank you for the yeah. I was like, that's the corniest joke I put in this thing. No one's gonna laugh. Hey, everybody, I'm Greg Miller. Thanks everybody for watching. We got
Yay.
more EA Play for you now.
So, you're playing it, I guess?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. And I know I talk all the time about how I don't play very many single-player games, but ones like that and Cyberpunk are ones that I'll make sure to make time for.
How hyped are we for Star Wars? Let's hear it! So hype. Hype mode engaged, although that's actually a lie. It was engaged about 3 days ago. Anyway, so big thanks to Vince and Stig for sharing that exciting deep dive into Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. We're all a little bit too excited here, I'm not going to lie. I'm Julia Hardy, and a little later on, Adam Freeman and I will be bringing you news on Battlefield 5. Yeah? Right now, though, EA Play is in full swing with gamers getting their hands on all kinds of exclusives. There's a lot to look forward to, starting with our next show, Apex Legends. So Alex Goldenboy Mendez is bringing you the hottest news on Apex Legends Season 2. We've got info on a new weapon, new battle pass, new mode,
Are there
and a
10?
reveal of the 10th legend. Stay tuned, because Apex Legends is moments away.
Are they already at 10 legends? 9 legends, I guess.
I never took count. I was just... There's a
I thought there were 3 when they released, and that was it.
No, there was more than that.
Either there were 2 you had to unlock or something.
Yeah, but I want to say there was
Something
like...
special.
I think there were like 6 or 7 when they released, but it was 2 that you had to unlock.
Okay. Oh.
I don't remember the exact amount. I may even be off a little bit.
So now, just on the Star Wars the fact that it's single player makes it more interesting. There's no if there's no multiplayer to fuzz around with, yeah, I can better accept it. It sounds more interesting.
I didn't expect there to be any multiplayer in that game. Nothing that they came out with made it look like it would be. I mean, I'd love.
Well, no, I think it's been revealed already.
Yeah.
So you know how I was mocking you for turning off your phone?
You were mocking me for what?
Not having your phone turned off? Or you didn't notice that?
Yeah.
Just a second. I'm back.
Everything dies.
Looking for me? Surprise.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to EA Play 2019, and I'm so excited to talk about Apex Legends here at EA Play. I'm professional esports commentator Alex Goldenboy Mendez. Now, everyone at Respawn has been working diligently and making Apex Legends the best battle royale.
Pretty sure that's still Fortnite.
We've got some big updates. That's right. I like that. Like that, baby. Bring that energy. We got some exciting details to share on Apex Legends Season 2, including a brand new weapon, a new mode, an improvise, you hear me? I'm improvising. An improved battle pass, a reveal of the 10th legend coming to the arena, and so much more. So let's jump out of this dropship, dive right into the hot zone. Take it away, Jay.
Thanks, Golden Boy. I'm Respawn's community manager, Jay Frechette, and as you can see, we've brought Kings Canyon to life right here at EA Play. We've even got all 9 current legends here to help me bring you some of the Season 2 updates that you've been clamoring for. We're going to introduce you to our newest legend after the show, but for those of you at home, don't miss your chance to jump into our legendary hunt event.
Usually the one
Check
I like to play. The robot's kind of cool too, though.
The hunt is upon us. Prepare yourself.
The legendary hunt has begun. Legends can compete to enter an all-new Apex Elite queue, complete challenges for exclusive cosmetics.
I could do this all day.
Earn XP and
Battle
Pass
boost,
and find all new exclusive skins in the in-game store.
Only the strong will win and slaughter.
For a limited time, legends who place in the top 5 of any match will earn the right to join the Apex Elite
That will not be
queue.
me.
I need some help over here.
yeah.
There, they will have the opportunity to test their skills.
Well, by definition, it's only the top 5%.
Talented legends in the game.
One more.
I like that they have an option like that, though. You know, for the folks with that skill level.
Additionally, legends can complete legendary hunt challenges to earn.
The interesting part is if people then join that,
Master of the Hunt Bloodhound,
then they're taking themselves out of the normal modes, and then somebody else who wasn't in the top 5% gets to be in there.
Beast triple take.
Trust in the gods, and you shall be rewarded.
Opening fire. Got him. During the event,
So,
all Battle Pass owners will receive the free legendary
eventually, I would assume
Prey
everybody
R301.
gets in there.
Hit level 15 on your Battle Pass, and you'll also earn the legendary Night Terror Wraith.
You know what I look like. Come find me.
Every day, legends can also earn an entire Battle Pass level for your first top 5 finish
I
of the
still
day.
want to see like
Thank you
an
for the
actual
fun fight.
cooperative
And we're
campaign
doubling
mode
down
this
with
game,
our
though,
first ever double XP
which
weekend.
I don't expect
One
anytime
moment.
soon, but
From
would love
June
to see
7th
that
to
happen,
June
'cause
9th,
it is a
earn
lot
double
of fun to
XP
play,
on
but
both your base
I
and
just
Battle
don't
Pass
get
progression.
into as much of the
Our
competitive
destiny
PvP
has
stuff.
led us to this moment.
Well, that's the fun part with Fortnite, in my opinion. It started out as a co-op game.
For new exclusive legendary
it's
hunt
that
cosmetics.
mode.
Nobody knows it exists.
And gifted the day.
Squad up and drop in, as the legendary hunt won't last forever. Good luck, legends.
Let the hunt begin.
That's right, until June 18th, you can jump into the Legendary Hunt, our limited time event that features the debut of our Elite Queue, exclusive challenges you can unlock, and some killer skins and more. Also, this weekend is double XP weekend, so there's lots of great reasons to jump in. The community really brought it since this event launched.
Wraith
It's
is the third
awesome to
one.
see the best duke it out. Back to you,
Yeah,
Golden
the
Boy.
black with the purple accents.
Thank you so much, Jay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay, for that. Appreciate it. All right. That was season 1.
Sorry, it's just not my game.
No,
Who's ready to talk about
like I said,
season
I
2?
barely played that much of it at all.
I like that. So, you know,
Yeah, we should have Jolly
I
here.
play this game every day. It's one of my favorites,
How
and
much
I did
do you
this like
play?
right
Like,
before
I
the
know
show
this is
started.
more
That's
his
how,
style
that's
of
how much
game,
I
but
play
I
this
don't know how
game.
much how much time he
You know,
spends
I'm going to
playing
jump
it.
back in when we finish up.
I think he got tired of winning.
I do want to talk about season 2. We've got the first details here, and joining me, we got Drew McCoy in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Drew, we've been so patient for that beautiful, beautiful content.
Yes.
What do you have for us today?
Well, it's coming.
Okay.
First and foremost.
Is that what
Content
people
is
have been
coming.
complaining?
Confirmed. You've heard it here first.
So
what?
season 2.
Lack of
coming
content seems to be what people have been
July 2nd.
complaining
It's
about.
called Battle Charge.
I haven't been
All
paying
right,
attention.
so Battle Charge will be
Oh.
coming out. What can we expect, though, when this new season drops?
Yeah, so as we announced when we launched the game, we're taking a seasonal approach. So we're trying to cram as much into the launch of season 2 as possible with some other stuff along the way. But what you can expect from the launch is a new legend, a new weapon, a new way to play the game,
Okay.
perhaps a map event. And a lot of this has been done through a lot of the feedback from community. We're also changing up some of the meta balance of weapons to try and buff up some of the weaker weapons and bring a lot of cool stuff in the game.
Okay. All right. It's a lot. It's a lot. We're going to talk about a good portion of it here, but let's talk about that sweet new content because season 2 is bringing a new weapon to the fight, and today we're excited to show it to you. So let's just go ahead and roll the clip.
Show it.
Mozambique too.
Care package touching down. They usually carry rare platforms.
Elstar here. I am taking fire, friends. I bathe in the blue.
Ooh, game's black and white.
Your ignorance meets your end.
What's funny is EA is happening a couple hours from me.
A new season. Strong work.
Okay, so it's streaming out of LA, and you're commenting on things before I see them. You're all the way halfway across the world almost.
To be fair, I'm only about 250, 300 milliseconds away.
Making contact with enemy.
I like that in the beginning of this clip, so he jumps in and just empties that gun everywhere. And then starts reloading in the middle of everything. Don't move away.
Man, I remember
And
getting
cries out for
slapped by
help.
this gun in Titanfall 2.
Is that
So
professional
pretty
play?
excited to see this one make it into the fold in the arena. Seems really powerful.
how
So
you're supposed
tell me
to do.
more about its place in the entire weapon loadout for Apex Legends.
Yeah, so the L-Star's new, it's coming, launch of Season 2. It's actually a care package weapon, because it's so...
It actually looks pretty okay.
It's just amazing.
It's a little bit
But,
like the,
yeah, well, you know, it's like the master for the Kraber. It's incredibly
Belgian
powerful.
P90.
And being a care package weapon, it doesn't use any of the existing ammo on the ground, so whatever you get with it is what you got.
I also noticed, too, it shattered through doors.
Yeah, it can open
Well,
doors.
So, like,
Yeah.
melees, grenades, and now
Now the
L-Star.
L-Star.
Wow. Okay, so that is pretty sizable. Now, what other changes are going to be coming to weapons? Because and this may seem very nerdy, but I'm a huge fan of hop-ups. I'm all about Prowler with my switch fire. That's my jam.
Yeah.
What are you bringing me?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, there's going to be some meta changes to the weapons. We're trying to bring up some of the weaker weapons. And then, yeah, there are 2 new hop-ups coming. Not really going to say what they are yet. You guys got to wait for Season 2. But there is a chance that maybe a memeable weapon named after an African country is usable.
Is usable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perhaps.
All right, perhaps. I mean, that is yet to be seen. We'll have to see if that's going to be a reality. All right, cool. So we're starting out hot with that L-Star light machine gun. We also have the Battle Pass. And, you know, when you guys first spoke about the Battle Pass, you said that it was a learning experience. What's different this time around for Season 2?
Yeah, so we've been listening to the community a lot. Season 1 didn't quite launch as well as we were hoping. The content was fairly underwhelming for players.
I haven't
so
even
we've
played the
been
game, and I
taking
know
in.
that
We've
it's been
getting
underwhelming.
all sorts of data from people buying skins to what they equip on their characters or weapons. And so we've taken this learning and put it in a Season 2 Battle Pass. So first off the bat, it's challenge-based now instead of essentially time-based. So you'll get daily and weekly challenges, and they stack if you don't play for a while. So you can come back after a month and try and knock them all out on a weekend and level up really quick. Ultimately, this does mean leveling to level 100 is a lot quicker than in Season 1. We're also getting rid of all the badges and stat trackers taking up space throughout the leveling process, and we are inserting 3 new entirely
You
new
look
content
so
types
disinterested.
to the Battle Pass, which we will talk about later. And there's a lot more skins
like
in
I
it,
said, I don't
and
play much of it,
there's going to be enough crafting metals by the time you hit level
I'm,
100.
I'm more
I'm
interested in just
Legendary
seeing whatever the new character is, just out of
I like that.
curiosity.
Okay.
A lot of value for that Battle
yeah.
Pass.
Yeah, that sounds very exciting. All right, and now.
If you
know,
think I look
talking
disinterested
about
now, wait
Apex,
till they get to FIFA
it's got
and
some
Madden.
pretty sick skins. What skins do you have for me today?
But then it's Sims and you wake right up again.
Oh no,
Pretty
that's
significantly. You can see
actually
that
that'll
with
be even
the
worse
Wraith
for
skin,
me.
specifically
No, I didn't
from the
even know if
Legendary
I'll
Hunt
hang
event.
through that long.
But we got 4 Legendary skins.
I was planning
in the
to hang
Battle
through
Pass.
past,
So we have 2
Battlefield,
character and 2
and then we'll
weapon.
see.
So for Caustic, he's got the Prince of Darkness skin. And for Octane, we're doing the
That's
Jade
cool.
Tiger.
I like the way that looks.
I think you can see there's Prince of Darkness right there. And then there is a
Looks
skin
like somebody with
for
bonitis.
Spitfire called the Intimidator. And the R301 is getting 2 skins.
Sorry,
actually.
Futurama reference.
So the Iron Rampage at level 100.
Okay.
And then there's a golden version as well.
Yeah, that doesn't look like the Voltor at all.
By the way, do you see?
Yeah, it's sick. It's sick.
That looks
You played
insane.
Warframe, look up
That looks
Voltor.
insane. All right. Now another
I
question that
played, like,
the community is
20 minutes of
having,
Warframe
they're just dying to have answered.
After all the changes have been
New
through.
ways
I
to
played it
play.
when it
Elite
first
Q
came out. I played
was
it for a couple
awesome.
hours, but
I think
I know
it's
the game
like
has
one of the
changed so
coolest
much since then.
additions for Apex Legends. What else?
Yeah, so when we designed Apex Legends, we really wanted it to have kind of a
And it's not
competitive
'cause I
core
didn't
to
like
it.
the
This is a
game, I
game that's
just-
meant
I
to be
started to
played
play
over
it, then I
hundreds of
got
hours and
distracted by other
mastered.
things.
Really deep learning experience.
It's the best game there
Elite
is.
Q is our first step towards getting to a higher competitive stage.
Okay.
And so Season 2, I'm really, really, really stoked to announce we have a ranked mode coming.
There's a ranked mode. Yay.
Yeah.
All right.
So rank mode, you'll progress through 6 tiers if you're good enough. You will cap out if you are garbage tier like myself.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll be in Wood Division together.
Yeah, you and me, buddy.
Yeah, that's
Wood.
what's up.
Wood 3, I think.
Wood 3? Wood 3
we'll get
Division?
there. Yeah, so it goes from Bronze all the way up to Apex Predator, and it's using special matchmaking for each of the tiers. So the higher you get, you'll probably have some longer matchmaking times, but it's because we're trying to find the best possible match for you. And then throughout the season, you'll be hopefully gaining tiers, and then at the end of the season, you'll get rewards based on where you ended.
Wow.
Get rewards based on your rank, i.e. if you
mode coming
shit,
to
you get
Apex Legends.
nothing.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
That's
You
sick.
get
All right.
nothing.
All right,
Buys.
all right.
So this ain't the
I'll
age
be
of
honest
everybody
with
gets a
you.
trophy.
I'm going to be all
No.
in that.
You gotta
It's gonna
get
be
good.
sick. I can't wait. I am legitimately concerned, as I had mentioned, either be the first Wood Division player, which isn't even in it, or Plastic Division.
Plastic's good.
Yeah,
Step up.
that's going to hurt. But, dude, thank you so much for sharing all these details, man.
Hey, man.
Guys,
Respawn
Drew,
is
ladies and
really,
gentlemen,
showing
the
up.
Respawn team. All right, now, here's the thing. I'm a Lifeline main. It's just facts.
Same.
You are too?
Yep.
Respect that. Any Lifeline mains in the house? Lifeline mains? All right, but that might change when the new season drops. That's right, because Jay, give the people what they want. We want to know who is the 10th legend joining the arena. What do you have?
It's my pleasure, Golden Boy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the moment has arrived. The 10th legend joining the Apex Legends arena is Watson.
I was kind of hoping they would do a cosplay reveal.
To help us get to know our latest legend a little bit better, our team put together this touching illustrated short. Let's check it out.
My dearest Natalie, as I write this letter, it's the middle of the night in late summer. An hour ago, you cracked the equations necessary to power the force
Which I
field.
like. I like
You
that
showed me
Overwatch
out
does that with all the
tonight,
new characters.
my magnificent
Even
daughter.
though I
Yeah,
don't play
Paragon
it.
did them really, really well.
Or prouder of that. I always knew you were special, but never did I fathom that the little girl who taught her staffed Nazi multiplication tables would grow up to master quantum laser mechanics. I have assured the syndicate that the
Quantum laser mechanics is
will be operational
another
in
thing.
month's time, and it's all thanks to you.
Not in our world, but it is in theirs.
I may be just a doddering old fool trying to hold on to mon bébé a little while longer before he loses her.
But go back and see the reveals from
But I do
Paragon.
see you. I see
Stylistically,
you strong.
each and every one was different from the other ones, and that was really well made.
And I know when the day comes that I'm no longer with you, you are going to be just fine. The games will be brilliant because you are brilliant. My daughter can and will do everything she wants in this life because she is the smartest woman in the frontier. Je t'aime de tout mon cœur, pour toujours. Papa.
I did it, Papa. I hope wherever you are, you're cheering for me.
But they don't
That's
show
right.
us what the character
Ladies
does.
and gentlemen, Watson joining the arena.
What are they gonna tell
And
us?
Joining me now, we have the three gentlemen who brought her to life.
I'm assuming we each get to tell about one
Thank
ability.
you so much for joining us here. Wow. So that I mean, Bible thumps in the chat, man, because that was the feels right there. Hit me right in the feels. But Griffin, we'll start with you. But you're one of the Legend designers, and I'm curious on the approach that you guys took toward making Watson a character that has impact in the arena.
So Watson really started as a conversation between a friend of mine and I, who he's an engineer, and he has this really methodical, interesting way of taking really complex problems and systematically solving them. And so I kind of thought, what would it be like if we took the sort of the defensive complexity of
that little
Apex
club at the end
and introduced a character that could really create an ecosystem in which you can survive the really aggressive third-party meta, all of that stuff. So the idea behind Watson really is that if you plan and you sort of adapt to the environment, you really know the map, and you work closely with your team, that you can really create these strong defenses that that people are going to really have to think about in terms of how they push on you and that sort of thing. So the current meta of I hear gunfire and I hit it as hard as I can, with Bangalore, Wraith, Octane, all of those, we're trying to sort of bump that meta a little bit and make it so that this more stance RTS kind of play style has breathing room.
Yeah, you're trying to provide like options for the players.
Yes,
right? Because if you want to be able to play that hyper aggressive approach, whether you're running like
A
a
little bit.
composition that contains like a typical one, which would be
It's
like
cute, but it's also a little bit, let's make fun
a
of French.
lifeline for that support. You can play into a composition like this, and they kind of counter one another. So that's going to be really fun. And we're going to dive into the abilities and everything that she does, because let me tell you, it's insane. Now, as far as the look and feel, my favorite part about Apex Legends is that the characters, the legends themselves, they stand out. When you're looking from far away, you see the silhouette and you know exactly who it is that you're about to engage with. What were some of the complexities?
Sorry, I'm checking up on the treaties, and somebody is
to life.
So
cheering
it's a
for the fact that EA made 2 live streams.
Sam, animation department,
One
everybody kind
for,
of works together.
One for Star Wars and one for The Sims, and
specific
with
set
a
of
nice big
skills that
break
you'll
in
be
between.
using abilities from Griffin, and that's kind of all we had to go off
Gee.
of. So we had to. Heath did a great job of like bringing it all together, giving her a sort of a grounded aesthetic. She had to look like she was using electricity and stuff like that. So
Little bit
rubber
of movie
gloves, and
magic.
coils, and the wires, and pushing her silhouette at the same time, making her stand. You have to be able to read who she is from different distances. From there, all right. From there, you can really go in and sculpt all the details out and work with the animators to really bring her to life, give her personality in everything that she does with her abilities and that too. So.
Yeah, and there's some really cool stuff there as well. Every
yeah, I don't have Mixer up. I can't see it.
She takes out an item in her kit. It's actually like on her person.
Oh yeah,
you see it happen.
Yeah, and those are all very meticulously designed by the concept artist and then modeled out in 3D. So yeah, it's all functional.
That's great.
In the world, yeah.
So now you get to the gameplay, the look, but the story, because you got to hit us in the feels, right? Like super hard, and you just did that. Watson's backstory, who she is. Let's dive deeper into that.
Watson's kind of different from the way we usually do things, because usually it's very collaborative and we're creating the character at the same time, all the different departments, and we're working together. Watson was different. She was already designed and drawn when I got her. And one of the great things about working at Respawn is they encourage us to create characters that are non-traditional and that are characters you haven't seen in video games before, and to kind of branch out and see what else, what other kinds of people can we represent out there. And so Watson
enjoying that.
is a very different character than I've ever seen in a video game, at least. And everything is based off of what these guys created. I mean, it's all, every single part of her backstory is connected somehow to either her abilities or her look.
And now, it was something that kind of stuck out to me. So Am I correct in assuming that Watson played a big role in the arena itself?
Yes, so Watson and her father actually invented the ring.
Okay.
And so she grew up in the arena, literally in the arena when they were building it. And we're going to start to, you're going to see with Watson and moving forward, we're going to start to build the lore of this world a little bit. You're going to find out.
Unfortunately, that is it for
They mentioned
me.
the Syndicate in there, so we'll talk about
Getting the message that I have to peel.
You're starting to build more and more of a universe.
Yeah.
Drac,
so
you
she's
will
in here,
continue.
so all the legends must know her.
Oh yeah, she was their kid sister basically. She was always hanging around the
Well,
arena, and
do
she
the
got to know all the
Battlefield one.
legends and got
Yeah,
to
I'll
watch
be
all
here
of
for
them.
the
She's not a mercenary.
I will
she's not
be
a soldier.
back tomorrow.
You know, she
I
her
guess.
role is of support.
Yay.
So
Ubisoft, I think it is tomorrow, isn't it?
everybody loves Watson. She's the one person that could probably unite all the legends.
Ah, it's
including
okay. I'll
Caustic.
look it up just so we can be sure that we get it
Caustic
right.
respects her. She's a scientist.
Okay.
She's an engineer.
I mean, the like
so
was
he
a strong
respects
word
her.
for Caustic.
Yeah, I
Strong
don't know if
word.
Caustic
That's
likes
not the
anyone.
one.
Okay,
He likes
that's
that,
fair.
yeah.
That's fair. Well, yeah.
There we go.
Super cool.
Tomorrow.
I mean, blown away by this character so far. Now, I
This
mentioned
Sunday,
before about the abilities,
Xbox.
because when you
And then we might do Bethesda
revealed
as
these
well.
to me,
But that's
I
middle of
was
the night.
floored, jaw dropping, and a lot of people online were
Isn't
kind
that
of
just
like
awesome?
guessing as to like what it would be, and I'm very
Yeah,
happy
I've
to
been
see
playing
that.
with
A lot of
Patro
them,
voice.
some had the right idea, but for the most part,
So, ciao,
what she's
and,
capable of doing.
Stay with Drac and watch
So
that.
let's just
Watch
talk
him.
about
He's
the
not
active. First thing, defenses.
Yes.
Ciao.
So the Watson has more interrelated abilities than probably any other current character we have. You really need to understand how they all interact. The fences, you can place 12 nodes, and you can use these in any permutation you want. Part of why we sort of went with her being such a brilliant electrical engineer is because we really wanted to reinforce both mechanically and thematically how creative the player can be with these. Basically, we're just giving you free reign to place these however you want and figure out.
And the players, they, like I just saw right there. I don't know if that was intentional. So that when your teammates go through, it shuts down.
It shuts off. So
if I'm downed and they run through the gate, does the gate deactivate?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different interactions, a lot of different ways that you can interact with the gates with other characters. The ultimate is, we call it an interception pylon. It shoots down bombardments, incoming grenades, stops arc star spam, and it charges your team's shield. And it also, if Watson's cooldown is slower when she's away from the pylon, but when you're near the pylon, it supercharges your tactical, so you get fences faster. So if you drop it down, it's a permanent structure until it's destroyed, and that allows you to build these large fortresses very rapidly. And you can use that for defending, for flank control on offensive squads, for going up on a tower and fencing it off with Pathfinder. And then the passive is that ultimate accelerants give you your ultimate, 100% ultimate charge. And so if you save up ultimate accelerants over the course of the match, that allows you to place more pylons, and it means that you don't have to play conservatively as Watson as long as you save up ultimate charges. You can keep moving with a highly mobile squad. You can play offense, defense, support, however you feel like the fences and the pylon are most effective to whatever comp you're playing.
So what you're telling me here is that Lifeline mains do not need to continuously hold ultimate accelerants anymore.
We felt like we needed to
rejoice. That's right. We did it, people. Finally, because everyone's like really mean to me if I don't like use the ult accelerant. You know, it's not fair. Oh wow. So that is ridiculous.
There's also when they cross the fences, you get pinged as well.
Oh yeah. So if any enemies cross through the fences, it pings your entire squad. So there's a situational awareness element to them as well.
Their ping system is
So,
so
this is why I like keep up in the arena. If you know where all the choke points, the entrances, the exits are, you can set up fences there, and you'll know exactly when an enemy crosses.
I'm even thinking about like compositions and how like it could work out. You know, maybe for any Gibraltar mains out there, maybe find a little. No one cheered for that. Feels bad, man. Maybe there's like a little synergy there that can be created. There's a lot that can be done with these fences and being able to block off certain chokes.
Yeah, I think it's really the big sort of the ceiling is how creative people can get with it, and I'm really excited to see what people do with it.
And from an art perspective here, you know, they're very distinct. They stand out. What were some of the challenges in making sure that these fences really, like when a player saw them, they knew exactly what it was, not to kind of catch them off guard, so to speak, to make it really, really stand out in the arena?
Yeah, again, silhouette's everything. You got to make it stand out, and it has to look like it lives in the world, that it's something that she can use, and that lives on her body as well. She's able to pull it out, and she's able to bring it out, and you know, create a create a fortress basically, and it has to read. So we had concept artists working on every little detail, and the modelers as well. And we had to test it out. We tested it out. We play it in game or in house, and make sure it reads well.
And these guys do a tremendous job of it too. I'm like, I need like a post with electricity that goes between the two.
Yeah.
And they create really cool stuff with just that kind of vague, hand wavy designer description.
Everything about it has clearly been thought out. This legend is going to be incredible. I can't wait to play Watson. You guys excited? Watson? That is nutty. All right, well, again, very much looking forward. Now, today, we've covered a bunch here. We've seen a new weapon. We've gotten a new mode, the latest legend, and the new Battle Pass for Season 2. So, let's recap all the amazing Apex Legends action that we've seen here today.
Surprise. Care package touching down.
Like a deer in the headlights.
Your time is ended.
I'm not going to let you off that easy, Drew. What was that?
What was what?
What was that? You saw the giant thing on the screen in the eyeball. What was that?
All right.
Can't tell me?
Well, let's just say that. Well, no, but let's just say this. We got perhaps a couple of big things coming into Kings Canyon at the start of Season 2.
Okay.
So keep your eyes peeled over the next month. See what you can find out.
So if I were to like ask you, after we're done with this, are you like gonna give me the cold shoulder? Or are you actually gonna tell me?
There's no way I can tell you. Sorry.
Oh man, I'm just holding L's all
Not a
day out
chance.
here, man. This is not fair. Well, Drew, thank you so much, man. Guys, Apex Legends Season 2. Let's go. July 2nd could not get here soon enough. Now, if you're in Los Angeles, come check out Apex Legends at EA Play for your first chance to get hands-on with Watson, as well as all the other great Apex Legends things happening here. And for those of you at home, Double XP Weekend is going on right now, so jump into the Legendary Hunt event and start earning those amazing exclusive skins. I'm Golden Boy. It's been a blast talking Apex Legends with you all here today, and I'll see you in the arena. Peace.
Alright. So there's weapon info and a new legend, Apex Legends. Playing with the video, so don't mind the thing going kind of wonky. I got 2 minutes to goof with it though.
That's right, you just saw a ton of new info on Apex Legends Season 2, including a new Battle Pass, first details on Ranked Mode, and the official reveal of the newest legend, Watson. I'm Greg Miller here at EA Play, where gamers are getting a chance to test drive the newest legend right now. Stick around, because up next we've got Julia Hardy and Adam Freeman giving us the dirty details on Battlefield 5, including looks at a ton of new maps, exciting updates, and details on a new theater of war. All that's moments away, so keep it locked.
Battlefield stuff, but after that, I'm gonna peter out because I don't think I was really on this show playing sports games. It's been a long time since I played any of that stuff, and definitely not into The Sims. You have to bug G for that part.
Welcome to the Battlefield 5 show, live from EA Play in Hollywood. Let's hear it! I'm Julia Hardy, and today we've got a ton of new info on some of the great updates coming to Battlefield 5 in 2019. But don't just take my word for it. My co-host, he reads all of your tweets, and I do actually mean all of them. It's a little bit creepy and weird. Battlefield Community Manager Adam Freeman. What have you got for us, Freeman?
Oh, thanks, Julia. Now, I may be a member of the Battlefield team, but as you know, I'm a fan. I know you guys are a fan too, and you're going to love what we've got to you today. So, over the next half hour, we're going to be bringing you content that's coming to you over the next few minutes. We've heard what you want, so today you're getting your first look at a ton of new multiplayer maps, features we know you've been screaming out for, and the arrival of a new theatre of war that's coming to Battlefield 5 this fall. So, when Chapter 4 Define the Odds drops, it's bringing so much cool stuff, so let's get to it. Over to you, Julia.
Thanks, Adam. That's right. Let's wait no longer and tear the plastic off our first new map, Marita. Let's check it out.
The Battle of Greece continues. On the Marita map, Allied forces are making a last stand to halt the Axis army sweeping through the region.
Nah, Jolly. I mean, it can be fun, I guess, if you get a group of people playing couch co-op, but it's just not something that I've ever really gotten into.
And within the tight streets of a rural town. The Allies control the town, but Axis troops are already on its fringes.
Speaking of which, how you been, Jolly?
Down into the village is crucial, and you must fight to hold here or risk losing control of the region. You'll always have tactical choices nearby, with a close proximity to other key locations, so keep an eye out for them. Marita is an infantry-focused map, where all 4 soldier classes will be able to shine. Tanks and aircraft will stand aside for intense infantry gunfights and sneaky flanks in the cobbled streets. Hills and multi-story homes means unique vertical gameplay. Stay alert in this steep environment as the Battle of Greece rages on.
To help give us even more details on Marita, please welcome Ryan MacArthur from DICE.
I'm a little behind on
yeah. So thanks for coming out, Ryan. So obviously Marita looks amazing. What was the map's inspiration?
Well, I think the team in LA that put this together, and they built the Mercury map that everyone saw earlier this month. And so they really wanted to continue that story of the Battle of Greece, which is a bit of an unknown story, new to me as well, as you learn about this stuff. So it's really cool. It's sort of set on the Albanian-Greece border, sort of in the mountains there, where the Axis power sort of started to push into Greece during the war. And it's sort of set above the clouds in this nice little quiet, well, I guess what used to be quiet village. Before,
not anymore.
Before these guys all show up. And it's quite a different experience than Mercury. And it's sort of a totally different style of gameplay that you would have seen in the game before.
So what kind of gameplay are we talking about? What's happening?
Well, so this is going to be a heavily infantry-focused map. So as Mr. Battlefield likes to put it, this is total creative chaos. So you're just going to see some
absolute... Creative chaos, yeah.
So what we get there is just head-on, just collisions in the middle of this map, and it's sort of what we've tried to do with all the new maps that we've been created, spending a lot of time to figure out how do we make each one of them different. So when players go in and play one of these new maps, it sort of has a different feel than the ones they've played before to sort of create that different experience for them. So this one has, I guess for lack of a better way to put it, is sort of a banana shape to it, and that banana shape.
Do you like that fruit?
Well, I think fruit's important when you're doing game design, I think, obviously. And so the shape gives you sort of a variety of different play styles and sort of creates this sort of narrow channels for people to just run head on into each other, which really creates that chaos that is Battlefield. But
That's what we want, though. That's what we want, that kind of chaos. But most importantly, we need to know, like, we could talk all day, but when can we get our hands on it? That's what we want to know, right?
Yeah, and I think the great thing for this is coming in July as part of Chapter 4. So
not too long of a wait
tuned,
then.
and I think some people are going to get to play it while they're here today.
Ooh, lucky you. All right, Freeman, who's we've stuck up there for no other reason than, well, my own entertainment, has more on Chapter 4 for you. Over to you, Freeman.
I'm up here PTFOing. I don't know what you're giving out to me, Julia. Listen, we have more maps. So let's deliver a brand new one to you. This is Al Sundan. It's coming in Chapter 4.
The fight moves to the North African desert in a vast new map for Battlefield 5, Al Sundan. Prepare to engage alongside a lush desert coast and contrasting harsh environments. Axis forces have militarized the area with camps, a radar tower, and an airbase. You must fight over possession of these critical points. In Al Sundan, we've taken the vista used in a single-player war story under no flag and doubled down on air and land vehicle combat. With this, the location has been optimized for all-out multiplayer action. On this open map, it's up to you to shape the fight. With large distances, vehicle-based team play, and battles across ranges, you'll always have plenty of choices. Make good use of this sandbox to secure the win. Utilize vehicles, mounted guns, planes, and transports. Capture the strategic airfield to dominate the sky, or engage in fast-paced infantry battles in tight interior areas. Al Sundan is classic Battlefield. We can't wait to let you play it.
Yeah. That's amazing. So obviously Al Sundan was adapted from Under No Flag. So tell us a little bit about what that process was like.
Yeah, so usually, you know, when the guys when the team sort of focus on building these war stories, they want to create these nice narrative, linear experiences and sort of that really tell the story of World War II. But with Under No Flag, they sort of took a little bit of a different approach to this and sort of made this big, wide open experience. And that showed a lot of potential from a multiplayer perspective as well. So when we finished the game originally, the team wanted to sort of sit down and sort of a small group of them and take a shot at turning this into what could be an amazing Battlefield map. It's huge. This is a really big map. This is your sort of classic Battlefield sandbox map. This is where you're going to see, you know, tanks and planes and infantry and all of that together in sort of what is truly Battlefield. It's sort of built for that open world gameplay with, you know, depending on no matter how you want to play, there's something there for you.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And so how do I kind of, you know, adjust my strategy? Because obviously it's such a wide map. Like, what am I doing?
Well, I think if you look at it, there's room for all different places.
How about now? Is that better?
When you're playing Conquest, and you can see here, even if you can see from the videos here, you've got, you know, when you go into the village, it's all
I can kill the stream audio.
the bridge in the middle. So, you know, sort of controlling that with infantry gameplay. I think Mr. Battlefield the other day decided to just sit there with his tank and destroy me, but
it's just something that he likes to do.
Mr. Battlefield.
He's super nice. But
But most importantly, I mean, again, we could go on and on and on, but we're tight for time because there's so much to get through. We've got so many announcements. When can we get our hands on Al Sundan?
But so this is the first map that we're going to come in with Chapter 4. So June 27th, this is going to be available day one, Chapter 4 for everybody.
Nice, nice. Now, we've got a couple more surprises to come, but before we get into all that, let's take a look at what's coming in August towards the end of Chapter 4.
Get up close and personal. With Chapter 4,
That looks like a neat map.
new and intense close-quarter maps are coming to Battlefield 5. By popular demand, we're bringing more maps to players craving tighter types of multiplayer, specially tailored for intimate infantry combat. The new Battlefields will challenge your squad in unique ways. Teamwork, skill, and adaptation are your keys to victory. right to an explosives production facility.
We'll see if we can figure out the ducking thing before tomorrow, G.
Axis occupation in Provence.
I'll ping you when I get done with the battlefield thing here.
Prepare to assemble your team and rise above your enemies. And prepare to learn more about these new battlefields later in the year.
Yeah, right? Bad Company would be pretty awesome. I wouldn't mind playing some co-op story missions through these maps.
Let's break down these new maps. Ryan and I are joined by Mr. Battlefield himself, Lars Gustafsson. I don't know if you made that up yourself. Oh, and because he asked nicely, we also let Freeman come down from his weird place up there.
You're worse than my Firestorm teammates. You just leave me behind everywhere.
But we can all understand why that happens. Do you want to take over this one for the start?
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, go for it.
Lars, these are very different then to the two maps we've already shown so far today. Tell us about them.
They are. I mean, taking a step back, we've been closely monitoring how players engage in Tides of War and
yeah, I set something up for that, dude.
The bigger modes like Conquest, it's always
didn't,
been kind of a big pillar. But it's
for
been
some reason it
fun
wasn't
to
showing
watch
up.
how they engage with passion and dedication in the smaller modes like Squad Conquest, for example, which really became a success. And with that in mind, then we've, together with the DICE LA studio, they've been going at it, tailoring maps that are specially made for smaller
Everything
modes.
always goes to that window.
And as such, being able to give that, you know, the close quarter feeling, the tight, what you say, the intimate combat.
Intimate infantry combat.
Oh yeah, we need that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Intimate infantry.
We're making that platoon when we get back.
I mean, what kind of the sort of like key strategies then when you're playing close quarters on this map?
You know, as we see with these smaller game modes, I mean, the key to this is just really
I had
good
to
team
refresh
play,
it.
really good squad play, and so you know, sticking together and not leaving anybody
So now you get
behind,
to see
like
it.
Mr. Freeman over here. Unless he's
But I mean,
not
what if you
being-
want to leave him behind? Can you?
Then it's acceptable. I think.
Because I would.
It's two beautiful maps.
It'd just be a spinning number plate.
It would be, yeah.
As you saw, Lofoten, it's serenity, beautiful Nordic countryside, but then kind of ripped open with gunfire and everything amongst villas and factory equipment. And then Provence,
Yeah, it should
you know,
show up now, dude.
I plan to take my wife there, you know, pastilles on the square.
Stop destroying places you want to take your family. It's weird.
I'll take Ryan.
Yeah, take him instead and then go to
But
town.
it's beautiful cobblestones, you know, lots of good flanking routes, and it's the smaller maps really allows you to master every inch of it. So it's really about, you know, knowing your battlefields.
I mean, again, we could go on and on to talk about all of these maps, but we've got one more map to show off, and I want to make sure we have time to get through it. But first, Lars, you've brought with him some news about some kind of core gameplay updates. We know that you've all been waiting for, so you're excited about this one.
Lars, you know how much time I'm spending online. Like,
I mean,
I am working.
Just Battlefield, or let's not delve.
Big community features we've announced this month. Increase the max rank, private games. Let's talk max rank. What can you tell us?
Let's talk max rank. We do know, and it's been loudly made to us, our kind of awareness, that there are players out there too skilled who maxed out on rank 50 too quickly. So we've taken that to heart, and we've now taken the max rank from 50 to 500. So it's quite a leap.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah, to say the least, 50 to 500. Wow.
It's truly a journey for our players to go on, moving forward.
And it's a grind train, but what are people getting if they're on it?
Yeah, what are we getting?
We're all in it. You know, we want the goodies. So to start with, already from rank 51, you will be granted company coins for every rank up. But then at every, we call them milestone ranks, you know, every 50th rank, you will get one shiny new rank icon to show off your skills, and also a beautiful set of dog tags. So lots of ways of showing off your mastery on your journey towards, you know, that the world domination. That's all.
It's already happening.
August is the time. So
Brilliant.
it's almost here.
Almost here.
So world domination for Lars by August.
Yeah, sorry, I wondered if we were talking about world domination or when that was happening, but oh, all right.
Private games then. The other massive thing that we know players want. What we got?
Yes. I mean, another one that's our lovely community have been vocal about. And previously, for those of you who've been with Battlefield, it was
I hate
called
that it
RSP,
does that
the
on that
rented
window.
server program. But now we're shifting over to private games. And what it means, the beautiful thing with it is, the baseline package that comes out is free for everyone that plays Battlefield 5. So a beautiful package, it's there to let you set up your servers and kind of create your experiences, whether you want to capture or, you know, play with your friends. And Freeman, you can play with us. for sure. Thanks.
You can sit with them. And obviously, you know, you love getting all that community feedback, so hit him up, mrbattlefield@aol.com, and let him know.
Well, just saying, yeah.
That is the thing, though. Like, we're not finished.
Dragon Age Battlefield.
No, exactly. It's coming in,
the mashup nobody asked for,
September,
except G.
And at that time, I mean, we want
that could be
to
interesting,
dive on
though,
it,
actually.
set up new servers, play it, and give us feedback. Since this is kind of just the beginning of the journey with the private games, we want to hear what did we do right and where should we shape up and take it an extra notch. So be with us and be candid.
Okay, well, Lars, don't tell Ryan, but you know you're my favourite for this. Thank you very much for it. We've got more there, Julia. We've got more.
You're almost.
Well, it's just going to get a bit weird and fighty up here in a minute. Well, as
Well, it is
promised,
a Battlefield
we've got
game.
one more Battlefield map to show you. It's called Operation Underground. Lars, Ryan, talk us through what we're about to see. Yes, let's have a look.
Well, this is the ultimate definition of a passion project. So Inge Göran, the original designer for Operation Metro, when we finished Battlefield 5 and shipped it, he wanted to do something that he just was truly invested in. So we kind of went down and he sat down and he came back with what was Operation Underground. And when he showed it to the team, we knew we just had to make this. And I think Lars is sort of being part of that journey in the beginning. I mean, you know how much this meant to the team.
Yeah, I mean, I was there when
yeah, right, Dolly.
we started to build the map for Battlefield 3. And early on, it was kind of a
But do
brainstorm.
AOL email addresses even still
Tons of
exist
images
anymore?
on
I have
we
no
challenged the
idea. I
team
thought
to,
that was part of the
where
joke.
do you want to fight? Everything from subway to shopping mall to God knows everywhere.
Yeah.
And then the team started, or someone smart, not me, apparently, said, do I only get to pick one?
Yeah.
So they started to pick a number of them, and I think Inge then chose 3 of them, which was the park, the subway.
At least I assumed
and
that was part of the
kind
joke
bank
anyway.
area in the city.
Like kind
And
of
that-
scene tapas. I mean, you don't want one meal, you want 3 lots of meals all in
More
one
is
meal.
always better, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So you can see, when you see kind of it spinning behind us here.
Yeah, but
you can
Hotmail's
see the true
Microsoft
inspiration.
thing, does
That's what
America
Inge Göran
Online
and
still
the talented
exist?
crew
I
with
know,
him
way
has
off
done
topic,
is
but what
to-
the hell.
To kind of take at heart the feedback from the original Metro and started to provide especially a lot of flanking routes so that you can kind of move around and be smart about it. And tons of easy to spot ones, but also
Everyone
the
loves
most
a
sneaky
sneaky
ones.
flank.
Yeah,
Everyone
no,
loves
I
a
think
sneaky flank.
this
Cheeky,
is
higher
sneaky
than
flank.
I mean, I think as you look at it, like this is not Metro remastered. This is, as the guys look at it, sort of reimagined. And I think you've got a bunch of different diverse areas. You've got big open courtyards, you know, at street level and narrow streets, and you go down into where you see in the video here with the subway cars are, and into the sub basements, and you're going to find a whole bunch of different things and different ways to play and different styles. And I know the guys have a few surprises in there as well that I think the community's really going to enjoy when they get there.
So when do we get it?
That's
When
the
do we
big
play?
question for today. It's just when,
When?
You have to wait a bit.
when.
October, between chapter 4 and 5.
I think this is the one the team is really excited about as well. So,
Yeah.
I know I can't wait for October either. So.
I have a cracking time playing it in play tests. I'm
Yeah.
so looking forward for everyone else getting to play it too, and everything else that's on these new maps.
Oh yeah,
Amazing
but those aren't the only surprises. This is the problem. We've got too much to get through. I'm just like, stop talking. We've got so many surprises for you. So today we're giving you never before seen details on Battlefield 5's Chapter 5.
Here's a little look at what the team's been working on.
More bullets, more explosions, more fighting.
A timeless theatre of war, a new vision. Prepare to deploy to the Pacific. The team at DICE are hard at work creating an iconic World War II experience, releasing this fall with Chapter 5 of Battlefield 5. As the US and Japan
It shows
enter the
them
fight,
going on
you'll
location,
clash
which I
across
always
several
appreciate. That's cool because it gives them a
including
better
modern
feel for it.
take on an absolute
There's a
classic,
Kickstarter
Iwo
that
Jima.
was recently going on. I'm not sure if it's
Since
done. I think
Battlefield
it might be
began,
done already.
The Pacific Theater has been
For
part
a
of its
game based
DNA.
in Chernobyl where the
Now,
developers were out
we're
there
crafting the ultimate
and they
reimagining of
3D
Cold
scanned everything
by capturing real-life environments and
with
using
drones
the
and
power
stuff
of
like that to then
Frostbite.
take it into the game.
We're
It's
bringing
pretty
you
neat
the
that they did
Pacific
that.
realized with
I
today's
see them setting up
capabilities
cameras and stuff with the
technology.
developers, and I wonder how much
Take part in the US
that they might be
invasions
doing.
as their unstoppable forces charge inland towards unwavering Japanese defenses. Use new amphibious units to pummel the war-ridden shores, and an expanded arsenal to bring your squad to victory. We have a lot more to share about the Pacific and how it will evolve Battlefield 5 later in the year. Stay tuned.
Okay, most importantly, you went on like a bunch of like research trips. Like, let's find out more about that. Oh, let's set the net one in Tahiti. Yeah. No, sorry.
It's hard work.
I know it's amazing how many people are willing to make that extra effort to go to Hawaii and January and Stockholm. So it's quite impressive. We really appreciate the team putting in that work.
Oh yeah, taking one for the
But
team,
obviously,
definitely.
I mean, that's the big new addition to Battlefield 5. So going back, new theater of war in the Pacific. I mean, this is a homecoming for Lars. I mean, not Iwo Jima itself, but the development of it.
I remember my childhood.
Where the beard come from.
Yeah, 1,000 yards stare.
No, but jokes aside, it's having been with Battlefield all through the journey, it's really where it all started. Battlefield 1942, the Pacific Theater, and already when we started to talk about this game, the journey through the Second World War, everyone came up and kind of, when do you go to the Pacific? So this is the time. It feels like a homecoming. 1942, Battlefield 1943.
AOL still
we've
does
been there
exist.
before,
Oh, wow.
But, this is in a new way.
And I think the great thing, I mean, we hear a lot from the community, and I know, we have these discussions. You've got, where are my U.S. forces? Where's my Japanese army? And getting to sit here in LA today and tell everybody that it's coming. Chapter 5, you're going to get those things. You're going to see some familiar places like Iwo Jima. We've got 2 other maps coming with that, so 3 maps coming with the initial package of the Pacific in Chapter 5. Some ones I think people are going to be really happy with what they're going to see. And I just say, in some that, as you can hear from the ping in the trailer, some iconic weapons and things as well.
My Garand, it's coming, right?
Yes. We're living for the ping, so I mean, we wouldn't go to Iwo Jima without kind of the weaponry and the hardware. So bringing tons of iconic weapons, gadgets, and also, after all, it's Battlefield. So of course, there will be a new set of vehicles, and we want to take that extra step and kind of start giving you the boats, fulfilling that sandbox of land, air, and sea. And the team has focused hard on capturing kind of that invasion experience. I mean, it was very much about island hopping during the war, so capturing the invasion experience and the amphibious warfare. So there's tons of new stuff and new gameplay to look forward to.
And beautiful locations that
Very
you
beautiful
ultimately
locations.
destroy beyond recognition.
Well, Lars and Ryan, thank you both very much for joining us.
So if you've lost track of all of these brand new Battlefield announcements, I don't blame you, because honestly there was quite a lot. So do you want to give us a little bit of a recap there, Freeman? I'll leave that on your capable shoulders.
Okay, I'm back up the balcony if I...
Yeah, go on, get up there.
Right, okay. Okay, we've got a load more multiplayer maps then coming in 2019. That starts with Al Sundan on June 27, followed by Marita in July. We're bringing a brand new theatre of war to Battlefield 5, the Pacific. That's releasing this fall. We're also bringing features we've heard the community ask for, an increase in max rank from 50 to 500, and private games. Also, one final announcement.
That max rank,
Starting
50
today,
to 500,
you can play
that's
Battlefield
insane.
5 in the EA and Origin
That's
Access
cool, though. I mean, it gives
vaults,
folks
and
who
through
enjoy
EA
playing
Access
all the
on
time something to
PlayStation
work
4 when it
towards.
launches next month.
But yeah, that's a big jump.
Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. I guess you can probably stay down here with on the adults table or whatever.
Cheers, everyone. Thanks. That's the Battlefield Show.
Yeah, I'm Julia Hardy.
And I'm Freeman.
And if you're in the Los
And I'm
Angeles
Drac.
area, be sure to visit us in person at EA Play. Goodbye.
Yep, and this is where we fade out because, yeah, I'm not going to stick around for the sports stuff or Sims. But for those of you who hung out with us, thanks for hanging out. And we will catch you tomorrow with some more E3 stuff. Adios.